Hi everyone, my name is Katrina and I am in Australia and I'm back with another podcast slash vlog of my crochet creations for 2019. It's actually my first one for 2019, which I'm pretty happy about. I've been crocheting for a couple of years now, but I've been podcasting about my crocheting for the last possibly 6 months of 2018, so I'm relatively new to all of this on the screen, so please bear with me still. I'm still learning as I go, but welcome back if you are a returning person, and if not, welcome. I want to share everything I do that is crochet related and or crafty related here. That's what I do on my channel, so welcome. It has been hot. Now I know everyone in the northern hemisphere is going through an extreme cold front and it's like -50, and I really, like, that is huge, don't get me wrong, and it's like almost 40 degrees Celsius here. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry, but it's tremendous here. We've had 2 or 3 weeks worth of this weather, and today was sort of the only day where it wasn't that high. It's lots of rolling thunderstorms in between, so it's really muggy and really disgusting, unfortunately. I just don't like muggy. I can deal with it being cold or hot. It's the muggy and that humidity that gets me down all the time, so I've been a bit worn out, which has affected my crocheting. So I am going to actually talk first today about something that I want to enter myself into. It's a competition and it's a local one to me. It's the Bougainville show, which everyone in Australia would know about, like their local country shows. It would be the equivalent of an American, I don't know if they do it in Canada, but like a country fair maybe, where they have pavilions set up where you can have indoor events and they're all judged by people within that. So for instance, crocheting and knitting, so they'd have a little panel of people who do crocheting or knitting, and they'll judge all the entries, and there's usually a little bit of prize money. It's not very much. It's usually $1 or $2 to enter your piece, your item, whatever you're entering, and then I think you may win $5 or $10. So it's not a huge amount of money, but I really like it. I find it's really a nice acknowledgement of your hard work and effort. I don't have a lot of real life crochet friends, like you're my crochet friends, so I can't show off or ask questions. And last year was my first year I did it, and I missed out on Goulburn, which is why I want to do that one, but I did Robertson show, Mossvale show, and the Bowral show, which is 3, and they're sort of out, they're not the suburb I'm in or the area I'm in. They're all about half an hour to 45 minutes away, but it's where we go for groceries and where we go for drives and where the family lives. So it's all areas where I would go regardless. And I did all right those ones last year. So I was going to show you what I'm entering. Now I'll also sort of explain to you what the categories are. So I've just got my outline of what you can enter. So for crocheting, they've got, the first option is a garment for a baby. The second one is a garment for a child. The third one is a garment for an adult. The fourth is shawl or pram cover. And then travelling or knee rugs, which is a size no larger than 120 centimetres by 100 centimetres. So it's pretty much the same as a pram or a baby blanket. And then any item using Mercer cotton, and then it says in brackets, doilies must be mounted on cardboard. And then the last one is any other item of crochet not mentioned above. So things like your amigurumi or your tea cozies, they all go in that last little category. So far from what I've already made and what I've got finished and what I have ready to go, I did not look at the dates, but I'm pretty sure it's, so today is the 4th of, it's Monday the 4th of February. I had to think then, I was going to say January. And the entries close by, I'm pretty sure it's like the 28th of February. and the show itself is on the 3rd and 4th of March. So you put your items in, then it stays overnight, they do the judging the next morning, and then when everyone comes to the show and they look at the pavilion stuff, and then when they go outside and they look at like the cattle and the sheep, there's usually a demolition derby, there's music, there's rides, and there's usually food stalls and everything else that's there, but this is just one of the things. So then that's on display and everyone can come in and have a look. So I'm thinking my first one will be these are things that I have showed in various different episodes of my podcast, vlogcast. But this is the first one of all, the Where We Meet shawl. So I need to reblock this. I haven't reblocked it yet. I was going to wait and do it tonight after I do this. See, it's summer here in Australia and it's about 7:30 at night. So this is actually really quite sunny for the time, but it's good. So show my Where We Meet, and it's in a big triangle shape, and it goes from black and white and it meets in the greys. And so it'll look really good once it's all blocked out properly, and you can see then the bottom lace work. So that was made with a shepherd's whirl or sheepy's whirl in the licorice yum yum colourway. It's the Where We Meet shawl. Oh, I can't think of the designer on that one. I might have to just post some links down the bottom so everyone can find it. Wasn't Iron Lamb, that was the other one. Ooh, I can't remember the lady's name or the designer's name, sorry. So I'm pretty sure it was a lady, but I can't remember. So there's that one. I'm going to enter that one in. Then I've also got this, which is a finished object for this podcast as well. So I finished this a couple of weeks ago possibly. I'm a little bit past a month on this video because I think I posted in the second week of January and we're now like the first week of Feb. So I'm planning on doing the next couple of videos quite shorter, trying to aim for the 3 weeks or 2 weeks rather. And then I can hopefully show a little bit more. But there's this one. This is the Mirage Cowl / hat by Hannah Siegmund of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. And there's pom-poms and little tassels. So with this one, you can wear it over your head around your neck as a cowl. And then if you pull these toggles, which I will do now, it makes it all meet. And then you can tie it in a bow. And obviously I've got like long spots here, but you do it in a long one like that. And then you can wear it on your head like a beanie. I'm not going to put it on for you guys. Sorry, it is really hot. It does fit. I definitely tried that as I went. But this one is made from a local indie dyer in Australia. Local, I say that as if they live up the road. She's in Queensland in Australia. And it's natural fibre arts. The colourway was Parakeet. It's a old colourway that I got when she first released. When I first heard of her, I went on and she had released like a discount, like a discount round on some of her old discontinued stock. She was offering a discount on them. So I bought a couple just to try out, and this is one of them. I really love the colours. So it's a beautiful yellow, grey, and a little bit of orange. And the back's just plain there. So it's got a bit of ribbing, this stitch all the way through, and then it's got this top little finish up there. So there's that one. I'm going to put that in as well. Oops, sorry, just trying to get them to sit still. And then the third thing that I've got ready to go is my Blurred Lines sweater by DDay Design, so Deanne, and she's in Australia. She is actually local to me. She's in Canberra, which is only an hour and a half away, so nice and close. So I'm going to put my blurred lines. So it starts in cream, goes through a mottled colour there, and that is by Natural Fibre Arts again. This is her Save the Bees colourway. And then at the bottom there's a lovely African violet colour down the bottom. So top and bottom colours, the plain solids, are by Bendigo Woolen Mills, 100% merino wool. There's that, and then this one is, I'm pretty sure, 100% merino as well for this Save the Bees. Let me just check my tags in front of me. No, sorry, it is, excuse me, 75% merino, 25% nylon. And that is her card. And her details, if I leave my fingers down, are down there. So I can actually show you that today. So that all purchased online because they're nowhere near me, unfortunately, and I don't have any yarn stores close. I've got the big craft stores that stock yarn, but I don't have indie dyers that close. So I'm going to put this one in. I think out of all three, I think this one, if anything were to go well, it would be this. I just think the overall stitch pattern of the jumper, it looks neat, and it's not. I've had a few people actually look at it and go, oh, you need a jumper, because they know I'm not a knitter. And I said, no, this is actually crocheted. It's just used on a very small hook with fine yarn, and they couldn't believe it. So I think that'll go well. Sorry, excuse me. And then it all depends on obviously what other people enter as well. But, sorry. Yeah, so it all depends on what everyone else enters into the competition for it as well. So I'll tell you all how I go. But them three I'm definitely going to enter. Sorry, I'm just going to pick up this piece of paper. Oh, sorry. So with my categories, I'm thinking garment for an adult will be my sweater. I could put the shawl in where it says shawl or pram cover, or I could just put it as a scarf, because I wear it like a scarf in the garment for an adult as well, and same with the hat. But I could just put that in any other item of crochet not mentioned. I was thinking, I know a couple of ladies who are having babies, so I could easily make something, and I've got boys that are fairly young, so I could do that for a child, but I haven't made anything and I've only got 3 weeks. So if that were the case, it would be something really simple, slipper socks or something like that. But then in saying that, I don't want to make something just for the sake of making something for the competition. I want to put in my hard work that I've really put effort into. So yes, but I will let you know. So I'm thinking maybe not next time I do a video, possibly the time after. Might have some results on this one, but I'm telling you now because I'll forget otherwise if I don't put it in this week. So that's really good. So then you've already seen one of my finished objects, which was the Mirage cow. Then I have a little note. What else did I finish? I think I finished 2 things this time. Oh yes, I finished a shawl. I finished a shawl by, nope, don't have the lady's name. It's the Bougainville shawl, and it was in Inside Crochet. I don't have the magazine anymore. I actually just took a photo of the pattern before I gave it away to someone, and they were going to use more of the patterns than I was, and I just was interested in the one pattern, so I just took a photo of it. So I've got that for myself. But I finished it. It's currently on my blocking mat, so I'm not going to show you, but what I will do is I'll insert some photos shortly, and then you can see exactly how it looks, how it's come up. I have used acrylic yarn in my Bougainville shawl. Same thing, I'll just write all the links for all the patterns down below. Even though I got the pattern free through the Inside Crochet, it is a paid pattern on Ravelry, so you can get it through Ravelry. Hannah's pattern for the Mirage cow hat is a paid pattern as well. I'm pretty sure both are very affordable. They're only a couple of dollars, so it's no big charge for yourself if you would like to get it. And I use Lincraft yarn for my Bougainville shawl, and it was one of their own brands, Surroundings it's called. So it's Lincraft Surroundings in the pastel colours. It's 100% acrylic, and I've used sort of what I had on hand. I already had 2 balls, I think, that I had bought for just whatever project, and so it was in my stash, and it ended up requiring more. It did take, I think I made 4 or 5 balls of the yarn. So I did do modifications to the overall pattern. I shortened it, and then, so it's a big triangle shawl, and I shortened the edge, the longest edge, because you work from the point out. I shortened that, and then there's supposed to be a border around it with some tassels. Tassels I left off, but the border I didn't do because the yarn I was using changes colour quite frequently. To get all the way around it, it would look quite odd. The yarn the lady used in the pattern itself goes from like a red to a purple, and to go all the way around she's been able to just use the red portion to go around the whole thing, so it ties it in really nicely. Mine you'd probably get about 4 or 5 colours in one row, and then to do it again and again it might just throw you off because the colour changing is going like this, and then to go that way and like change every little bit all the way around, I just thought it would be too much. So I've got it pinned out. I think it looks great regardless. It's a great pattern if you want, if you are interested, and you can see other people who've done the whole pattern of it on Instagram. I wouldn't mind doing it again with the correct sort of yarn, because I didn't use the right yarn, as I've sort of now realised. But if I got something a bit better suited to it, I actually like to do it again, which is good. So that's the 2 things that I finished. And then at the minute, I've been working on something that I don't normally do at all, which is a blanket. I have been working on a blanket for, originally it was just, I bought these, which are from my other craft store in Australia called Spotlight. They're called Value Balls, which is their own brand, and it's a sweet roll. It's got 140 grams to it. How many meters? Approximately 224 meters in that. It's the equivalent to a 10 ply. It's 100% acrylic, and it changes colour. So it's not a gradient, because it doesn't go gradually from one colour to the next. It's variegated. Oh, I've stuffed that up, haven't I? Whoopsie. Anyway, it changes colour, but it changes colour dramatically, like really quickly. It goes from white to grey to dark grey. So I bought these, and I bought 5 of them. They were on special. Don't know how much for. I think it was about $3.50. They're $5 normally. I'm pretty sure I bought 5 because they were down to $3.50, which is pretty cheap for us for cakes. Normally a cake of yarn is around 10 to 15, and if you're getting like a sheepies or ship as well, you're looking at $30 to $35 here in Australia. So I thought I would make a nice blanket, maybe a cot blanket for someone I know. There's a lady who's waiting to find out what she wants to have, and I know 2 ladies who are having boys. But then I found out that my stepdad's daughter, so my stepsister, in New Zealand has just bought her house, and it's their first house, her and her husband. So they've moved in, but my parents are going to go see them at the end of the month, so at the end of March. And I thought, you know what, I can finish this blanket, I can give it to them, they can take it on the plane, they can give it to them as a gift. Originally I was just going to send it in the post and have a really nice surprise come at their doorstep, which they would have loved. Both of them would have really appreciated it. They're very much crochet worthy or knit worthy people, which is very good, and they love anything made from the heart. They just, yeah, beautiful. So I'll show you what I've done. I am up to I've got a hook in here. So I've used, it does recommend a 5.5 crochet hook. I'm using a 5, and I'm a tight crocheter, so that's a whole nother thing, but that's okay. So I'm doing the, excuse if you can hear my dog, but I've made the Attic 24 Cozy Stripe Blanket. And it's just, so if I pull this up, you get, so that's one row there where the white is. So that's a row of double crochet, a second row of double crochet, and then you do granny stripes 1 and 2, and then it repeats. So it's back to the, whoops, the double crochet, granny stripes, and so I'm currently up to there. So I'm on my 6th ball. It's just been connected but hasn't been really started. I've got 9 in total, so I've worked up 5. The total length, because it's quite wide, it's, and I'll take a photo and add a proper photo of the blanket too, especially when it's done. It is 150 centimeters wide. I just went off the pattern, and she said for a single bed she chained on 198 stitches. It's a free pattern through Ravelry, so I'm not giving away anything there. And she said obviously adjust it to your length and width needs, and I didn't really think about it. It was late at night. So I've made it the width of a single bed, but it's not going to get the height of a single bed, and there's no way. I just don't have enough yarn, because once I started making this, I had 5 balls, as I said before. I've since bought another 4, so that's 9 in total. And so far I've got, oops, can I sort of see it that way? Or just, I'm about 75 centimeters wide, no, height, 75 centimeters in height, for 5 balls. So I'm figuring I've like done all the maths, and I'm going to get to about 130 centimeters in height and 150 in width. So I can either add a border at the top that's a little bit more elaborate, just to like even it out a little bit, or I don't care, it's fine. They won't care. Anton and Ashley won't care, so they're just gonna love it. So I shall take a photo of it laying down on my table. I'm sort of roughly working out on my dining table length and width as I go. But that is my blanket, and I'm hoping I will endeavour to get another video done before I have to like take it to my parents so that they can take it with them on their flight. So I'll try and get another video done before and show you it finished. The plan is to work 1 whole ball of these every night for the next couple of nights, and then it's just a matter of if I want to do a border. I do want to do a border, I just don't know whether to do like something very simple, just like single crochet all the way around, and then like a scallop or a crab stitch over the top, or whether I just want to do like a double crochet or something, or granny. I could just do then a granny, I don't know. It's alright, I'll have to look up all of that. If you like, let me know what you would do down below. Leave me a comment with what sort of border you think would look nice. It's going to be just, well, almost square, so something simple and fast is all I request for a border, so that's easy. Oh, sorry, I'm just chucking yarn down everywhere. So that is that one that I'm working on. And then, oh, my nose is so itchy today. I think it's the heat, and I've just had dinner. So good. I made potato bake, we had rissoles, and had halloumi cheese on the barbecue. Oh. So summer here, all our meat's cooked on the barbecue no matter what, and it was just beautiful. Oh, come inside, and my boys, they're 4 and 2, and it was one of the nights where they're up a bit later, so we've all sat down at the table and had dinner together, and it is like rare. We're slowly starting to introduce it, but it's still fairly rare for us all to be ready to eat at the same time. Perfect though. Perfect. I loved it. So now I'm like full in the tummy and I'm ready for a nap, quite honestly. So hashtag mum life. I'm tired all the time. But I've got one more thing to show you. One more thing. So I don't have the pattern to show you on this one either, but I bought I bought two patterns from DDay Design, who I mentioned before, for the sweater. She had a sale over the weekend for everyone up north who is like freezing to death up there. She had a 25% off sale on her patterns on Ravelry, and me thought, yes, sale. So I've been looking at her add-along sweater, and I've also been looking at one of her pairs of socks. There's two pairs. I don't know both of their names. I just know the ones that I bought. But there's two pairs, and one of them I've seen been made recently in the 2018 sock along. So I knew that I could tackle it. Like, my skills would be enough to make it, because you don't know with socks. I've only made one pair of socks before for crochet, so I was a bit hesitant because I don't want to waste any beautiful yarn. Like, there is beautiful indie dyed yarns that I've used. I just don't want to waste them by not knowing what I'm doing or not paying attention. So anyway, I love Deanne's patterns. So I bought two, and this is one of them. I started it straight away. So I have a sock toe started and made. So you can see my little toe. So this is my toe. Oops, I'm just like holding 6,000 things at once. My bad. Oh, don't want to pull anything out. So that is the toe, and it's a beautiful purple base with blue, purples, little bit of like highlighter green maybe. Beautiful. So this is by Squiggle Yarn Co. This yarn. So these are called the baseline socks. First of all, DDay Design's sock pattern baseline socks. Either look her up on Ravelry or even go to Instagram and have a look. They're the best socks, I swear. They look just really effective. So it takes two contrasting colours, and I think you just need 100 grams of both to work the pattern. From what I can remember off the top of my head, because I don't have the pattern printed, I just looked it up on my iPad. And this is Squiggle Yarn Co. is the brand and the company. This one here, which I'll just show you the ball. So you can see the colour there. It's gorgeous. And it is called Warrior. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And it's a sock yarn, so it's 4-ply. It's 425 meters. So there's that one there, and that's Warrior. So I'm using that as my toe heel color, and then one of the contrasted colors through the actual sock itself. It says that. I'm just gonna, oh, and I'll show you this. This is my stitch marker. I made this myself. I'm gonna have to scooch a little bit forward to show you that one there, but it's a chicken. I live in a semi-rural town, so chickens are awesome. And we just got 4 chickens at home, and they are laying a massive amount of eggs. We love it. So we love our chickens. So I'll just put the end of the sock there so I don't lose it. And this is the second colour. So the second contrasting colour is the leftovers from my blurred line sweater. I had to buy a third ball of this just to make the sleeve up. Turns out Cheryl, who has her business, Natural Fibre Arts, is super generous with her sizing and with her allowance for these, and the 15 rows I had to use, I still had 98 grams of this left. So I've been keeping it safe, and now I shall show you the two of them together. So lovely contrasting colours. This one has purples, light and dark, like a violet and like a pinky purple. It's got orange through it, and this one's got like greens and blues, and that one has a little bit of blue as well, which comes through. So I think they'll be lovely contrasting colours with a cream base. It'll make it pop. So that's the start. I've literally just done my toe, which I'm super happy about. Let's hope that one goes well. I will start to do the foot, and it works both colours at the same time in the foot, so that'll be good. I'll just put that back in my bag. I'm using a wooden hook, crochet hook on this one too. I'm just going to scooch back now. So I'm using a 4.5mm bamboo crochet hook, just because I purely couldn't find, I think you're supposed to use 4mm, but I crochet extremely tight, so I just went to a 4.5 because I could not find any 4s anyway, and I used bamboo. It's going well. It's working perfectly for the yarn, and I've got this one in my Less Drama More Llama bag, and I won this in a competition from T for Talia or Natalie Power. I think she changed her name on her page, so it's just Natalie Power now, and she is another podcaster here in Australia. So I won that in a competition. Thank you very much. It's amazing, and it's just a small little pouch to put small projects in. And I think that is it for the crochet content of the podcast today. But I do want to have a quick word, because I've seen everyone has had, there was a post, not a post, there was a blog post on social media, well, on a blog, social media, on the internet about diversity and race. It was quite negative, and so it sparked a conversation, which has been great. And so many people have eloquently put it so much better than I ever will, but I'm just going to say that on my podcast, everyone is welcome, and it doesn't matter what your race is, what your sexuality is, where you come from, where your parents came from. You're welcome. I'm down here in Australia, and I don't know if everyone knows, but we're largely multicultural. I think most countries are multicultural now, and I think we need to just accept everyone and not be as judgmental maybe in all our stances on things. We need to maybe ask questions if we don't understand or we don't know things. You can ask people questions if you don't feel comfortable or you're not sure about things. I think we need to keep that in mind rather than just being rude or excluding people. So for here on this channel, just want to say everyone's welcome. I don't feel it's now necessary for myself to go into discussions about what everyone's talking about me. Obviously, I'm clearly a fair-skinned person, so I don't think it's necessary for me to go on and on about it. I think many people have addressed it way better than I have, and I just want to say that I am all inclusive here on my channel, and I wish everyone to enjoy my videos about yarn. I am here to talk about yarn, and I hope you are here to enjoy my yarn talk and share and talk to me. So ask away questions about anything I've made down below, and I shall endeavour to get back to you. I'm not the best, admittedly. A couple of days for me to get back. I do have toddlers, so it takes a little while, but ask away. And I am Katrina Chadwick here. Please subscribe, because you'll see all my crafty related stuff. I do scrapbook videos, and I also do this. And I am Trina Chadwick on Instagram. Come follow me there. And that is all I'm on. Yeah, just had to think then. That is all my social media stuff that you can come and follow my journey and what I'm doing. So thanks guys for watching. Please give this a thumbs up so other people who are searching for podcasts and people to watch yarny people, fibre friends, they'll send them over. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.